When people think of terrifying creatures, they picture sharks, lions, venomous snakes lurking in the jungle. But they're looking in the wrong place. The real monsters don't have fangs, they don't roar, and most of them can fit on your fingernail. One controls minds, forcing victims to dig their own graves. Another bites your face while you sleep and leaves a disease that takes decades to kill you. And one has armor so thick you can't crush it and it screams at you. These aren't just bugs, they're 400-million-year-old killing machines. And today, you're meeting the worst of them. Let's start with the one that uses your head as an escape hatch. Number 1. The Crypt Keeper Wasp. There's a wasp living inside this tree. It thinks it's safe. It's not. In 2019, scientists discovered something that had been hiding in oak trees for millions of years. A parasite so twisted, they named it after an Egyptian god murder. This is Euderus Set, the Crypt Keeper wasp. And what it does isn't just killing, it's hijacking. Here's how it works. Inside this oak tree, there's a tiny chamber called a gall, about the size of a marble. It was built by another wasp as a nursery for its baby. But the Crypt Keeper doesn't build its own home, it steals one. The female drills through the wood with a needle-like organ and lays a single egg inside, right next to the host larva. When that egg hatches, the nightmare begins. The Crypt Keeper larva burrows into the gall wasp's body and starts feeding from the inside, but it eats strategically, avoiding vital organs, keeping the host alive while it grows. The gall wasp has no idea something is consuming it from within. And then, when the timing is perfect, the Crypt Keeper does something even worse. As the host matures, it feels an overwhelming urge: dig. This is normal behavior. Gall wasps always chew an exit tunnel when they're ready to leave. But something's different this time. The wasp keeps chewing. It doesn't stop when the hole is big enough. It keeps going until the tunnel is just barely wide enough for its head to fit through, but not its body. And then it pushes. Its head goes through, its body doesn't. Wedged tight, like a cork in a bottle. The wasp is trapped, and it's still alive. The Crypt Keeper larva has been in control this entire time. It forced the wasp to dig a hole it couldn't escape from. Why? Because the larva needs an exit, but chewing through oak wood is difficult, so instead, it used a host as a living construction tool to carve the tunnel. Then, it used the host's body as a plug to seal the entrance. And now, when it's ready to leave, it takes the path of least resistance. It drills directly through the wasp's head, through the brain, through the exoskeleton, straight out into the world. The wasp's body stays behind, hollow, lifeless, face still jammed in the bark, a crypt. When scientists discovered this behavior, they chose the name Euderus Set. Set, the Egyptian god of chaos and violence. In mythology, Set trapped his brother Osiris inside a coffin, sealed it shut, murdered him, and dismembered his body. The parallel was impossible to ignore. This wasp traps its victim, seals it in a tomb of its own making, and leaves through its face. If an adult Crypt Keeper is forced to dig its own tunnel without a host's body, it's 3 times more likely to die. Evolution didn't give this wasp a backup plan. It went all in on one horrifying strategy: mind control, body hijacking, and using another creature's skull as an escape hatch. It's not cruel, it's not evil, it's just efficient. Number 2. The Kissing Bug. You're asleep, it's 3 a.m., your face is exposed, and something is watching you. It can sense the heat coming off your skin, the carbon dioxide from every breath you take. This is the kissing bug, and despite its romantic name, there's nothing sweet about what it's about to do. It targets your face, specifically the soft skin around your eyes and lips, where blood vessels are closest to the surface. And here's the thing that makes this bug so terrifying: you won't feel a thing. Evolution gave it anesthetic saliva. When it bites, it injects chemicals that completely numb the area. No pain, no itch, no sensation at all. It stays attached, feeding on your blood for up to 30 minutes. Charles Darwin once watched the kissing bug feed and described it as starting out flat as a wafer. Within 10 minutes, its body became round, bloated, and globular with blood. And when it's done, it defecates, right there on your face. Inside that feces is a parasite called Trypanosoma cruzi, the cause of Chagas disease. You don't get infected from the bite itself. You get infected when you scratch, when you rub your face in your sleep, when you touch your eyes or mouth. You push the parasite directly into your bloodstream, and once it's in, it hides. Chagas disease doesn't kill you right away. It can stay hidden in your body for years, even decades. You feel fine, no symptoms, no warning signs, but the parasite is working slowly, silently. It attacks your heart muscle, weakens it, enlarges it. Eventually, your heart becomes so damaged it can't pump blood properly. Some people die suddenly, heart failure, irregular rhythms. Others develop chronic heart problems that last the rest of their lives. And by the time you realize something's wrong, it's been 20, 30 years since that bug bit you. By the time symptoms appear, you've probably forgotten the night you were bitten. Number 3. The velvet ant. This looks like an ant. Fuzzy, colorful, almost cute. But it's not an ant, and there's nothing cute about what it can do. This is the velvet ant, also known as the cow killer. People believed its sting was so painful it could drop a full-grown cow. It can't, but if you've ever been stung by one, you'd understand why they thought it could. First, let's clear something up. The velvet ant isn't an ant at all. It's a wasp, a wingless ground-crawling wasp built like a tiny armored tank. If you try to pick it up, it screams at you. Now with a mouth, it rubs special ridges on its abdomen together and produces a sharp, squeaking alarm sound. It's a warning. Touch me and you'll regret it. The velvet ant has one of the most painful stings in the insect world. On the Schmidt Sting Index, it ranks a 3 out of 4. For context, a honeybee is a 2. A tarantula hawk is a 4. The velvet ant sits right below that. People describe the pain as explosive, like a nail being hammered into your hand. It lasts up to 30 minutes. And here's the kicker. The venom isn't even that toxic. It's just designed to hurt. But the real reason the velvet ant earned its fearsome reputation isn't just a sting. It's the fact that you can't kill it. You can step on it, crush it with a rock, even smash it with a hammer, and it'll just walk away. Studies have shown that velvet ants can withstand forces over 11,000 times their body weight. That's the equivalent of a human surviving being hit by several cars. Evolution gave the velvet ant this extreme armor for one reason. It spends its entire life walking on the ground. No wings to escape, no speed to outrun predators, just thick skin, bright warning colors, a painful sting, and a scream that says, "Don't even try." And it works. Most predators learn very quickly to leave velvet ants alone. Number 4. The giant Wētā. There are islands off the coast of New Zealand where the insects are heavier than the birds, where crickets the size of your fist roam the forest floor at night, and where the native people gave them a name that translates to God of Ugly Things. This is the giant Wētā. Its scientific name is Dinocrita, from the Greek word dinos, meaning terrible or fearfully great. The largest giant Wētā ever recorded weighed 70 grams. That's heavier than a tennis ball, heavier than most songbirds. Some females grow up to 10 centimeters long, not including their legs or antennae. And unlike most insects, they can't fly. No wings, no escape, just size, armor, and attitude. Evolution gave the Wētā a weapon. Hind legs that are thick, powerful, and covered in razor-sharp spines. When threatened, it raises those legs high into the air and brings them down in a brutal kick. The spines can pierce skin, draw blood, and while it kicks, it makes a harsh rasping noise, a warning that says, "Back off." The giant Wētā is a survivor from an age when New Zealand had no mammals. For millions of years, the Wētā ruled the forest floor. But when humans arrived and brought predators with them, rats, stoats, cats, the Wētā nearly went extinct. On the mainland, they were wiped out. The few that remain now live on remote offshore islands. Some species have evolved extreme survival strategies. The alpine scree Wētā lives high in the mountains, where temperatures drop well below freezing. And when winter comes, it freezes solid. Its body temperature drops to -5 degrees Celsius. Ice crystals form in its tissues. It stops moving, stops breathing. Essentially, it dies. But when the temperature rises, it thaws and just walks away like nothing happened. Another species, the Raukumata tusked Wētā, has an even stranger trick. If it's being chased and can't escape, it dives into water, holds its breath, hides underwater for up to 3 minutes. Most insects would drown. The Wētā just waits. Number 5. The robber fly. Imagine you're a bee. You're flying through the air, minding your business, and then, out of nowhere, you're dead. You were just intercepted by one of the most lethal aerial predators in the insect world, the robber fly. It didn't chase you. It calculated where you'd be and met you there, in midair at over 60 miles per hour. Robber flies are ambush predators. They perch on strategic high points and wait. Their eyes are massive, compound, wrap-around vision. They can see almost everything around them. And when something flies into their kill zone, they strike. Fast, precise, unstoppable. Now here's something you probably didn't expect. This fly has a mustache. It's called a mystax, a thick bundle of stiff bristles covering its face, and it's not just for looks, it's armor. When the robber fly grabs dangerous prey, wasps, dragonflies, beetles, those insects fight back. They kick, they sting, they thrash. The mystax acts as a biological shield, protecting the fly's eyes and face from the victim's weapons. Once the robber fly has its prey locked in its grip, it stabs it with a short, sharp proboscis, like a hypodermic needle, and then it injects venom. The venom contains neurotoxic and proteolytic enzymes. It paralyzes the victim instantly, and then it starts to liquefy its internal organs. The prey's muscles, tissues, organs, everything turns into soup, and the robber fly just drinks it. Scientists analyzed the venom and found something shocking. It contains peptides almost identical to the neurotoxins found in spiders, scorpions, and cone snails. Completely different species, separated by millions of years, independently evolved the same deadly weapon because it works. Robber flies are fiercely territorial. If a male wanders into another male's hunting zone, he doesn't just get chased off, he gets eaten. They're not just predators, they're cannibals.
Number 6. The Scorpionfly. If you saw this insect crawling toward you, you'd probably panic. It has wings like a fly and a tail like a scorpion, curved, bulbous, raised over its back like it's ready to strike. But here's the twist. That tail isn't a stinger. It can't hurt you. It's actually a mating organ. Evolution didn't build this insect a weapon. It built it a disguise, a fake scorpion tail just to intimidate predators and impress females. Scorpion flies are scavengers. They feed on dead insects and decaying plant matter. But they're not just passive scavengers. They're thieves. They rob spider webs. They crawl across the sticky silk, navigate around the threads, and steal trapped prey right from under the spider. It's risky. One wrong move and they become the meal. But scorpion flies are cautious. They wait for the spider to be distracted, then snatch the prize and escape. Because males need food for more than just survival. They need it for romance. In the scorpionfly world, males don't just show up and mate. They have to bring a gift, usually a dead insect, sometimes a glob of their own saliva. Yes, spit. The female evaluates the gift. If it's big enough, nutritious enough, she accepts. If it's not, she rejects him. And here's where it gets dark. If a male can't find the dead insect and can't produce enough spit, some attempt to forcefully mate with females, bypassing the courtship ritual entirely. His scorpion tail, those claspers, are designed for this. They lock onto the female, hold her in place. It's a desperation strategy, a last resort to pass on his genes when he has nothing else to offer. Now, here's something you'd never expect. Scorpion flies play a role in solving human murders. In forensic entomology, scientists study insects found on corpses to determine time of death.
Scorpionflies are often among the first insects to arrive at a dead body. By studying their life cycle and behavior on a corpse, investigators can estimate how long the body has been there, or if it's been moved. The scorpionfly, harmless, awkward, fake scorpion, becomes a silent witness to death. These insects don't live in remote jungles. They're not hidden in the deep ocean. They're in your backyard, crawling on your walls, hiding in the soil beneath your feet. And they've been perfecting their strategies for over 400 million years. They survived 5 mass extinctions. They outlasted the dinosaurs. They've seen entire continents shift and species disappear. And while we've been busy building cities and technology, they've been quietly thriving, adapting, evolving, surviving. We like to think we're at the top, that we run this planet. But insects don't need us. They pollinate our food, decompose our waste, keep entire ecosystems running. And yeah, sometimes they burrow into our skin, hijack our nervous systems, or spray us with boiling acid. But that's not evil. That's just evolution doing what it does best, creating perfect survivors. So the next time you walk through your backyard, the next time you see something crawling across your wall, remember, the real monsters were never hiding in the ocean. They were right here, all along. If you made it this far, drop a comment and tell me which insect terrified you the most. And if you want to see more creatures that evolution built to survive at any cost, hit that subscribe button. Because trust me, we've only scratched the surface. Thanks for watching. And hey, maybe check your face before you go to sleep tonight.